How was the morning ritualised moon today?
Morning ritualised moon?
Yeah.
Mooning the people on the street.
Oh.
How'd it go today?
No, I didn't do it today because I woke up really late. So I had to quickly get dressed.
You know what I picture when he gets up? I picture him singing, you know, in Friends when there's like the mornings here guy is? When Joey, they switch apartments.
Yeah, the black dude.
Yeah. It's like, whoa. I picture him singing that and then just going out there with his jocks and just mooning the people. Like he's celebrating his morning.
I do celebrate, yeah. It is a celebration. They're freaks.
Who
Clearly.
My neighbours across the road that are moon.
How are they? They're the freaks?
They're freaks.
You're the one that gets up and moons
How
them.
often do you wash
He's the
your
one that
rubbish
gets
bin?
up, sings mornings here while mooning them.
How often do you wash your rubbish bins?
Huh?
How often do you wash your rubbish bins?
Depends what's like.
I don't need to. I've lived in apartments.
All right. What about you?
It depends. Like it could be once every couple months.
Yeah. Well, these people wash it daily.
Maybe they don't like stink.
They also sweep.
Can't be daily because
Daily.
they got rubbish in there.
No, they take it out. I've watched them.
How do they take out rubbish from their bins?
They take the bag that they wrap the rubbish in. They take it out of the bin. They spray the bin down. They put it upside down for an hour. Come back out.
You know what? That's going to be you in 20 years.
You know what? I think you're full of crap.
If I'm alive in 20
That's
years,
going to be you.
that's already a win.
In 20 years, that's going to be you.
I think they're just bored, but
No chance. The way you keep using sanitizer every 20 seconds, that's going to be you.
why would I touch a bin? I'm not touching a bin.
Your balls
I
are
don't even
dirty,
want to touch the bins now. Do you want to see how I open bins? Every time I pick up my dog shit, pick up your fucking dog shit, people. Every time I pick up my dog shit, I use the bag, I put it around my finger, and I lift the bin like that, and I flick it down so I don't have to touch the bin. I'm not touching bins.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Can I ask something, man? I didn't even get to finish my story about the dog, but
No,
anyway.
that's right, please.
No, sure. Well,
It chased you.
We'll come back.
We got the gist.
We always come back.
Yeah.
the gist of it. All
Yeah.
I said was Inverness, there's a park opposite.
It chased you. We get the idea.
Done.
Done. It was a staffy. Done.
There was no Staffy.
Okay.
Anyway.
Good body.
It was a chihuahua.
No, it's a Jack Russell. They're nippy as fuck.
Yeah, they
Jack
are,
Russells.
they are.
They've got Jack Russells are the Napoleon of the dog community, man.
Staffies get a bad name, but Jack Russells are the...
Well, Staffies, man, dude, I've been around Staffies my whole last 10, 15 years. I've been around Roddies for like my first 15 years. It's not the breed of the animal, man. It's how it's
not.
controlled.
The people,
of course.
yeah.
Jack Russells have got little man syndrome, and they think they own the fucking road.
And those things are sprightly, man.
Yeah.
They bounce everywhere.
I've been chased and attacked by more Jack Russells, and like, what's the other one that looks like a Jack Russell? It's another small bullshit little dog. It's another one like that.
Is it the Charles Terrier, whatever they call them?
Something like that.
No, I don't think they're...
Is it the one that's kind of got like a little beard?
The scruff thing.
Yeah, that's like
what I
King
was
Charles
thinking.
Cavalier.
Cavalier.
No. Cavaliers aren't violent.
Similar to Jack Russell. Hang on. Yorkshire Terrier,
Pomeranian.
Chihuahua, Border Terrier,
Pomeranian.
Parson
No,
Russell
Pom's
Terrier.
alright.
That's what you were talking about, yeah?
What?
Parson Russell Terrier.
Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah, then you got the Bijons, those little bullshit dogs.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Fuck, they're little annoying dogs. Mm-hmm. Bullshit dogs. Anyway, so you won't open a bin with direct contact.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of bins around Cheltenham with, no lid, the public...
Why not gloves?
What do you mean, why not gloves?
Why not just wear gloves?
I'm out on a walk.
What's your actual fear?
I'm not going to carry a glove with
From
me.
the 2 seconds that
What?
you touch the bin lid, what's your fear?
I don't know what's on there.
Nothing's on there.
Someone might have jerked off. Someone might have wiped their ass with their hand and touched their bin. I don't want to
Someone
touch
might have done that on the seat you're sitting on.
it. That's why I sanitize when I come in. You see?
I think you might have a germ problem.
I think you have a very big germ
No,
problem.
probably.
No. I'm not having a go at you, but
I am a little bit.
no. Look, it's like the phone, yeah? Think about how often your phone hits a surface other than your hands.
Not very
And-
often. For me. Not very often.
You make it out like you live in this sterile...
I wet
Sounds
wipe
like
my
he's a
phone.
bubble boy.
Yeah. What was Superman's Planet of Solitude? What's it called? Oh, you're a big Superman fan.
Fortress of Solitude.
The Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of the planet?
No, it's on Earth.
Is it on Earth?
Yeah, it's in
Oh,
the North Pole.
It's in the North Pole.
Yeah.
You're making it out like you live in this Fortress of Solitude that's completely sterile from top to bottom. But your dog, which runs around outside, licks its ass every 20 seconds, sleeps on every surface in the house, that's sterile.
Well, she gets her feet wiped when we come back.
Don't give a shit. Does she lick her asshole?
No. She can't reach her asshole. Dogs can't reach their assholes.
You know what I mean, man. Does the dog lick itself?
I would hope so.
Okay, and the dog goes outside and rolls around?
No. She's not allowed to roll.
No! No!
She doesn't roll around.
Do you hear this kind of insanity? Your dog doesn't roll around.
I'm
roll
still
around.
picturing this conversation that, like, which dog are we talking about here? Like, yeah. I'm still picturing that. Like,
Yeah.
no, you can't go outside and roll around.
No rolling.
You can't reach around and lick yourself.
Well,
I love.
well.
Hang on.
There's a...
The biggest delusion on the planet, man. One of the biggest delusions comes from dog owners thinking that their animal is clean and everyone else's is dirty.
Yeah.
Okay? Telling me that your dog isn't allowed to roll around, somehow evades filth and germs because it's your dog because you wipe its little feet when it comes in the house. Mm-hmm. That's insanity.
I don't know. I never said it avoids germs.
But that dog literally sleeps on every surface in your house.
No, not every surface.
Is it allowed on the couch?
No.
At all?
No.
Is it allowed on your bed?
No.
So where does it sleep?
In her own bed.
Does hair not resonate from that bed? Is there no chance?
What dog do you have?
Japanese Spitz.
Okay.
Furry little fuckers, aren't they?
Mm.
The plot thickens. Do you not see where I'm going with this?
No.
Like I said, the delusion that dog owners... this idiot. You're both dog owners, which is brilliant, right? The
Which I
delusion-
find ironic as not being a dog owner.
I've had dogs before.
When? You've never had a
John,
dog.
I don't share my whole life with you, seriously.
I thought you did.
Wow. I don't know what I'm doing here anymore. Seriously.
You know when he last got his prostate checked, but you didn't know he was a dog owner. Some details are just,
It's just beyond sharing.
We've got
It's
to
just-
keep it close
we've got
to
to
your
keep
chest.
some
mystique.
Some mystique. We've got to have some boundaries.
No, but I see what you're saying, but I never said that I'm under the illusion that she's clean all the time. Just as the same as maybe there's shit on my ass that I missed and I didn't wipe it properly.
That's great, Andrew.
I'm realistic.
No,
But do I grab door
the
handles?
fact that you won't
No.
touch a bin because you think someone might have...
So how are you getting home today?
I use...
How are you opening that door?
I have specific... like in my apartment building, for example, right? I'll only use this knuckle to push buttons on the elevator. Or my key.
How about them Knicks?
How about those Jets?
Those Jets.
I just feel comfortable that way.
Look, the key thing... Yeah, okay. Sometimes I find myself hitting a button with the key, but that's purely because I got to use the tag to get into the building.
Oh, well. So you're under the illusion that just by touching things with your keys,
No.
don't you put that key in your pocket and then put your hand in your pocket?
No, the walk... No, because when I I have to use my fob to get into my elevator and then go up. So I'll scan it with one thing and then I'll slam the button because it's just there. My
And then
keys
where
in
does
my
that fob
hand.
go?
My pocket.
And then where does your hand go?
My pocket.
Oh.
No, but I'm not under the illusion that touching a bin is going to make me sick.
The more and more...
I never said I was under that illusion. I just feel more comfortable not having to put my entire hand around the bin when I don't have to.
The more I hear the two of you,
What
I'm
happens
starting
if I
to
rub
think
my eye?
I'm the
What?
rational,
But
level-headed
think of
thinking
it this
one.
way. There was one time when I was 18, right? I
was?
touched something under a car.
It
okay?
was. It is.
It is.
I touched something under a car and I didn't realize it got on my finger and I wiped my eye. My eye was fucked. Like, absolutely fucked. I hated it. It was horrible. It's a bad experience. What I'm saying is, if I touched that bin with my whole hand would be contaminated with something. If I accidentally rubbed my eye because I forgot, I don't want to go through that shit again. So what I do is I minimize the chances that someone else's bacteria or something else's germs can penetrate my anus.
That's what you finished up on. Have you ever had pink eye since then? Have you?
I've never had pink eye. Oh, I've had it once when I was like 5.
Yeah, I had pink eye when I was about 5-6 years old. Do you know how I got it? Playing with a dog and then rubbing my eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Rub its ass on your face?
No. This was up in Mildura. It was a farm dog.
I got it from
You know
school.
what I mean?
I think I got it from someone at school. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It
I
might
actually
not have
got
been.
pink
I don't
eye.
know. Yeah.
And like my whole eye had blistered up, as in closed over with myxomatosis, whatever the hell that shit is.
Yeah.
But that came specifically from playing with a dog and then rubbing my eyes. From that point, I had not a phobia, but I was more aware of if I pat a dog, not to fucking touch my face. But it's not the fact that the dog has germs, but it's the fact that the dog is outside 24/7, right? Rolling around in God knows what. And anyone says, I give my dog a bath. Yeah, but you don't bath it every 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're missing the point.
And that's what shits me.
I think we're missing the whole point here is hygiene. You should be washing your hands after you do things.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It's not so much the dog is the problem or the car is the problem or what's under the car or the fact that there's a bin and what's on it. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Bring some sanitizer with you. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Or just don't touch it. Same.
It's like handling money, like cash money.
No one handles money.
I know. I had to.
My parents tried to give me cash the other day for paying a bill, and I was like, "Are you insane? Are you
nuts?
Are you nuts?
like less than 3% of Australia's population use cash now? Are you insane?
Is that for real?
Yeah.
No, is that an actual
They did a stat
statistic?
on it. Yeah,
That can't be right.
they did a stat
I
on
can
it.
guarantee you that's
that
not
can't be
right. I can
There's got to
guarantee
be
you.
old
Listen.
wogs and old Vietnamese that still
Look
use
it up.
money.
I can.
How much of the population in Australia uses cash?
It was a survey done by MasterCard, and they're trying to push their own thing
it
to make
probably
people
would
think.
be.
Oh,
I don't even know how you would do that. Maybe how much transactions is done
In
versus how much the economy.
2019, 27% of all consumer payments were made with cash, down from 37% in 2016, and 69% in 2007.
Actually, that's the declining rate of that. It might actually make sense.
Yeah, 27% 2 years ago.
But that was before, just as COVID was about to start. That would have
So
drastically
the
dropped.
RBA's latest consumer payments survey, which was released in June, this was this year, showed that the proportion of in-person cash payments made in Australia has dropped from roughly 75% in 2007 to around 30% in 2019. So that, it's around there. 27 to 30% was 2 years ago.
But that's a drastic change in the last 3 years. From that date, from the 2019 date, right? So that actually might make sense that it's under 10%.
In 2016, it was 37.
Yeah.
2019, it was 27. 10%.
So that's 10%. But put COVID on top of already declining rate.
Do you reckon? Well, obviously, it's going to be more.
Yeah.
Because of the
so
fact
it surely would be under 10%.
Nah, I'd say more about 20.
Where did they get the stat from if it's not available online?
They interview 10 people, they find out how many do it, and then they aggregate it.
Do you use cash?
I prefer to.
Do you use it, though?
About 50-50.
I'm going to take it as a no. Do you use cash?
No, it's about 50-50.
Wait, you got your wallet on you?
Yeah.
Pull it out.
Oh, here we go. John pulls out Spanish bullion.
There you go. Cash. Cash.
Do you use cash?
Cash. Is that not cash?
That's coins.
That's still cash.
I thought cash was limited to paper.
Plus two trolley
Paper, what are
takers.
you dealing
Plus
with?
2 trolley
No
takers.
paper money here.
No, I bet you he's had that in his wallet for the last 15 years.
money
Those
don't
coins.
jiggle,
One day,
it
just
folds.
One day. No, I
Do you have cash?
I'm about 50-50.
That's a lie. Do you have cash?
He's asked me that question like 8 times in the last 40 seconds.
All right, he doesn't have cash. So the
Can
three
I
of us.
finish?
The three.
I didn't even get to answer it.
I use cash, but I take it out when I need it. I don't just always have cash on hand. That's how
always
I work.
have coins though.
Yeah, coins you can never get rid of. You can't.
Say that again.
Do you use cash?
Use cash.
Okay. I've almost exclusively not used cash in the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, right? But occasionally I will do work for cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, some jobs that I do simply just get paid in cash because they just get paid in cash. And I typically don't use that money for day-to-day bills. I put it aside for all my tats, My tats?
Emergency fund.
No. But my tats, 90% of it would have been paid with cash. And we're talking over 20 grand worth of ink over 7 years. Do you know what I mean? Purely because tat artists mostly work with cash.
I've got no problem with using cards. I don't care if you want to pay by a card, you pay by a card. But I don't like the option of paying by cash taken away from me. Does that make sense?
Why?
I don't know. I just don't.
Okay.
I just don't. It's just like how I don't like going to a restaurant that says a Chinese restaurant most of the time cash only. I don't like that.
Italians,
I don't
Italians are
like.
the most guilty. Italians are the worst.
Nah, man, it's always
Italians are the worst.
It's always Chinese dumpling houses.
Hey, man,
I don't like.
we were having lunch in Chatty.
Yeah, that's like 10 years ago. Get
Yeah,
over
but
it.
that was the only place in Chatty that took only cash.
It doesn't happen very often anymore, though.
What's that?
They don't do the cash only anymore.
Where?
Like, a lot of places don't now.
They can't because
They
of COVID.
can't,
yeah.
It's just they can't.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but there still are places. But that's what I'm saying. Just like I don't like being told cash only, and I don't like being told card only.
Isn't that the
I
same
like having my
mentality that
options.
anti-vaxxers had about not wanting to be told to get the vax, but if you told them that they don't have to, they would get it?
I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue.
Okay.
I'm not of that mentality, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, so let me just say this. You're clearly against cash, right?
I prefer to use card.
Okay.
I'm not like,
Why?
because it's so simple. I walk up there, I buy my groceries, I tap, I go.
Surely that, but you know, one thing I've always I've wondered, like, why don't they do a survey on people who pay by card? Surely there has to be some connection in burning through your money faster when you pay always by card.
No, that's not true. It used to
think
be the
so?
idea that you could rack up debt a lot quicker because people got credit cards.
Credit cards, yeah.
Credit cards aren't a thing as they are now.
No, they're not. Yeah, no.
I've got 2 credit cards. One I don't touch. Once I paid it off, I stopped using it. One I've got linked directly to rewards and shit like that.
Yep.
That's all my direct debit goes. You know, there are things that need to be direct debited. Otherwise, you're forced to pay manually every
Yeah.
month. I've got 100 overheads, you know, for my businesses. I've got 100 overheads living alone. You know what I mean?
But I'm not necessarily talking about credit. I'm just
no.
yeah, yeah.
So the theory was that if you got a credit card, when these things were niche, you know, like, ooh, you have a credit card, Mr. Fancy. It's like, what do you mean? They give you one when you graduate high school now. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You get it in the mail.
Yeah.
Happy birthday! Here's,
18th
here's
birthday,
50 grand.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's no longer a niche thing. It's a part of life. The same way the internet is, the same way everything is. A smartphone, you know. I bought that Oppo for $250. Hey, it's a smartphone. It works fine, right? The idea was that, you know, you'd burn credit, money that you didn't have because it was fake. That stigma's gone because now kids are growing up in a world where credit cards are just another form of currency accessible to everyone, right? As in for day-to-day shit. I use my credit card for 95% of my transactions in a year. 100%, right? I've got it linked. You know, my Woolies reward card is converts to Qantas frequent flyer points. Yeah? I get, for everything that I buy on my card, I get points back. I used my frequent flyer points and a tiny bit of money to go to Adelaide at the start of the year. So my frequent flyer points basically paid for my flight. They paid for some of my hotel. Yeah? Since then, I've got enough points built up to fly like one way to Vietnam or something by now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I use my card for everything. Everything. Fuel, bills, food, everything. It comes back. Like it comes back. As long as you can maintain it, it's a paper trail. Let me ask you a question. What is the plus of using cash currency? In your eyes, and in your eyes. We're going to come up with pluses and minuses for both forms of currency. That is true.
I'll let you go first.
Because here's the thing, yeah? With the idea that electronic money burns through quicker, right?
Yeah.
And cash doesn't because it's a feasible thing that you hold. Man, I've got my emergency money that I had in my house. I always used to keep it at like $1,000, right?
Yeah.
It's just there for an emergency, flat tire. You know, something's happened to the car.
Yeah, like you just have some spare money lying around in case you need it.
I'm hungry, you know?
Yeah,
and
that's right.
My
Yeah.
pay's all gone. Fucking give me $50 so I can buy a pizza, right? For me, that's more likely to get burnt because it's there in front of me and I can just grab it and make the impulse sale.
Yeah, I
Does it
suppose.
make sense?
Yeah, no, I get you. Like, yeah, I don't know. Look, maybe you could say the opposite. Like knowing that you have, I don't know, like $500 for the week. I'm just saying, I don't know how much.
Oh, money bags.
I'm just saying, you have $100 for the week to spend on whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, you see that money physically, and you're all right. That's all right. That's what I've got for the week, or this is what I've got allocated for so long. I'm just I'm not talking about credit. I'm talking about your actual direct money to your account through just a normal debit card. All right, let's just say that. I'm saying going online or just, I'll just tap it. I'll just tap it. I'll just tap it. Is it possible that you're burning through it quicker because you're just tapping it instead of going out of your way to get the cash and then saying, oh, this is physically what I have left. This is what I've allocated to myself for the week or for the 2 weeks or whatever. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. I don't know.
I think, you got to look at it and you got to look at a different perspective as well, yeah? Compare me and say my old man.
Yeah.
Okay? My old man worked as a butcher, right? So a trade sort of thing. Mm-hmm. He got paid in cash on Saturdays, right? He would come home and dump his pay on the kitchen table, and my mum would divvy it up, pay bills, balance the books, right?
Yeah.
Me, I've never gotten paid cash except for when I was like 13, 14 years old, right? My first proper job at 16, 17, 15, 16, my first job was attached to my old man and his shit. So that was his cash from his, the boss or whatever. My first proper job as a cleaner, straight into my bank account from day one. Never got paid cash, ever. And every job since then has been into my bank account every single time. Having said that, I had a phone contract when I was 15 years old. I've had my first mobile contract, not prepaid, first mobile phone contract at 15. So I've had a credit limit history since 15 years old. I've lived alone since 2013, so nearly 10 years. I balance books every freaking day. I go day, and because I live day to day, I've got the overheads from the business, I've got my income, I've got my other income, my salary, everything, the studio, my bike, my car, websites, like all my overheads and everything is down to a fine line, man. So there's a paper trail for all this shit. Having to do my taxes, all that sort of stuff. Rarely does cash actually transfer over.
No, that's fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? But that's my lifestyle.
Well, that's what I was about to say. That's fair enough. We're talking like from our experience, the
that's
three of us.
my lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah.
If you've got a brickie that is married, right, and his missus is accountant, right, or a PA or whatever, chances are he's pulling in 85% of his wages cash.
Yeah,
so he's probably dealing out of his wallet for everything. Whereas missus is probably dealing with electronic transfers.
Yeah.
And that's just the point of lifestyle.
Yeah, of course. I mean? Yeah.
It's logical both ways.
Yeah, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying I don't like the idea of being told you can only pay this way, whether it's cash or card. I have no problem paying either way, but I don't like when it's exclusively one way.
But back to the question, though, is there a benefit?
Okay, what do you think?
No. And I agree with your point. Like, it really resonated when you said that you would find that if there was cash lying around, you'd actually spend it. I was exactly the same. When I was tiling and I used to get cash, easily spend money on lunch instead of making it from home because I had the cash in my pocket. Or when I eventually saved up like $4,000 in cash and I'd have it in my little box, like as soon as I got that bling bling and I started flapping it around, I was like, easy, I'm going down to the computer shop, buy a new computer. Like, I wouldn't just randomly do that otherwise through my online account. So it worked opposite to what you were saying, I guess, to what you were saying. The cash availability was just, I was ready to throw it away so easily. I never spend online. I don't shop, like, ever. I really don't.
And you know what the other thing is as well, man? Like, I have multiple streams of income, okay? But I have multiple overheads at the same time, right? So personal overheads, business overheads, blah, 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 right? I never have savings in my bank accounts, ever. Like, ever. Like, they're just not there. Because as soon as my pay comes in, bang, like, I'm paying rent on 2 properties. I'm paying my bike. I'm paying for fuel on my car. I'm paying for insurance. I'm paying for this. I'm paying for that. My bank account gets dwindled down, and I've worked it that way, where basically everything's covered, but it just gets down to zero. And if there's anything left over, straight to the bank, straight to my mortgage account or whatever, my credit card to try and pay some of it off. It's very rare for me to actually take money out of an ATM and spend it physically. That I went, man, where was I? For the trip. For the trip, man. I moved some money from one account to another, then actually withdrew money so I could go and exchange it when I was overseas because the actual banking transfer fees would have been higher in Singapore and in the Philippines. I actually had cash in my first time. I've had like $1,500 worth of cash in my hand. Does that make sense?
Yeah. In cash is probably when I go to restaurants just to make paying bills easier. Like the check at the end of the
He
night.
wants to be a fancy boy at restaurants.
Pulling out his wallet.
What's that?
100?
That's a 5.
Sir, your meal came to $14. I only carry hundreds.
I remember, dude, at my old jobs, there's a girl working in the canteen. It was like pretty good to look at. And one of the boys was like, she goes, I paid with 100 the other day. She thought it was like a high roller. She got all excited. Like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You bought a sausage roll, pulled out 100.
A sausage roll. He's 100.
He's 100.
He didn't say keep the change.
No.
For a sausage roll.
in there
They're getting a
counting the
roll.
change.
They're getting a roll with
Do you want
sauce.
sauce with that? How much is it?
Oh, that video that you sent.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Oh. Tell me
Society,
you watched it.
Which one?
society's breaking down.
There
I'm
you go.
telling you.
There's a video that I watched that he did it, and I was
Which
overseas.
video?
You make me sick.
Which video?
3 girls in, well, not girls, they were in their 20s, like late
Women.
20s. Women.
But Tim, what is a woman?
They start. I actually found a link to that. I think I downloaded it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you want to watch it?
Yeah, if you
No,
want.
as in, do you want to watch it as a group?
I don't mind.
Relax, we don't have to give commentary. I'm just saying, I'll save
As
it.
long as it doesn't form some weird jerk circle or something, I'm okay with it.
We're going to worry about you, not
No, I was
us.
going to say, you're the only liability there. You're like, I love you saying this now, but halfway through the opening credits, you just see his belt come off.
You just
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Settle in, boys.
Hang on, boys.
Extra red
I'll
lights
stay
pop
over
up.
here. You can stay on the couch, Andy.
No. If you
Come
want
sit
to,
here. Come sit next to
wanna
me.
watch
There's a
it.
furious sound effect coming from that couch.
if you want to watch it as a group, we can watch it as a group. Otherwise,
If you want.
I can give you the link.
Oh,
or send it to you.
whatever. I'm not fussed.
Oh, I don't mind.
Okay,
As long as you're not sick.
3 women in the States in New York. I think they were in
I think was it a fancy restaurant or was it was just
It was a
Oh, you mean the
takeaway
trash?
joint.
Yeah, I watched that.
it was in
Yeah.
what city? It was in
I literally posted an image of the article that I read after watching the video.
Did you? I didn't see
I
that.
sent the video plus the article.
I snippeted it.
Yeah, of course you did.
I didn't see that. I just saw the video
You
and
did
then I
just
read the article.
They got
Manhattan.
charged. She
Isn't,
punched-
isn't Manhattan like a fancy pants town?
No, Manhattan is
It
the
wants
upper
to
west
be.
side of New York.
Isn't that like where the rich people are?
It's where the predominant money is. Friends, Seinfeld, they were based
So
in
you would
Manhattan.
you assume that like the restaurant? I mean, not every restaurant or dining would be like a.
No.
I think it was just a
I've
franchise,
been,
Just a
right?
dude,
franchise.
I've been
Okay.
in Manhattan. It was just a franchise.
Okay, all right.
Look, Manhattan is typically where the nicer areas are. You can
It's like a Turek, but even more.
not even.
It's where you pay $1.50 for sauce.
It's like a Bentley.
Bentley.
Yeah,
Closer to
Okay.
Bentley.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Anyway, how do we get stuck on Manhattan?
I was just trying to give context to the listeners.
Yes,
You're welcome.
they got told that barbecue sauce was going to be an extra $1.25,
$1.25, $1.50 or whatever, yeah.
$1.50. So in response, they trashed the entire establishment, causing $10,000 to $20,000 worth of damage.
And injured the staff.
Two staff. How did the staff not just like
They
spear them in a corner?
Well, they hit the... Do you know how many... There was a lot of people in that video.
Everyone was just standing around outside.
Yeah, but they could have all been... You know what I mean? Like, the staff wouldn't get involved if 3 of them are trashing it, but there's a whole bunch of guys behind them.
but were those guys part of the group?
Well, they don't know, and we don't know.
Well, they've all been arrested anyway, which is good.
And they punched the cop.
Yeah.
One tried to. Yeah, one was getting
Classy,
arrested.
absolutely. They're just not doing anything for themselves, are they?
Like I said, it's a waste of life.
Okay, in that situation, if you were in the crowd, could you be compelled to do anything? Would you be compelled to do anything?
Well,
Not in that situation.
well, this is the thing now.
See, look. I'll give you some. Here's a quick thing. When I was in Manila, right, trying to cross the road, and there were these 2 dudes, right, smaller than me, and they were trying to push like a massive cart full of like, I'm going to assume counterfeit shit, right, into a store. Massive cart across like a 2-lane highway, main road sort of thing, right? Like it was in the city. The roads would have been like East Boundary Road,
Okay.
half of East Boundary Road, yeah,
Yeah.
but it was in the city, so it was built up. They were trying to push it up off the curb and they couldn't. So I walked over and went, hey, and I fucking gave them a boost up, gave them a push over the thing. They got over the little traffic island in the middle. And one of them, gave me a high five, whatever, and that was
And
it.
then you saw 7 cops running past about 10 minutes later.
Not in Manila. It's just the
Not
cops
in
on the
Manila.
other end, just having a dart, just pointing where it's going to go. Yeah. But I saw them, they were struggling. I said, fuck this. I go, they're trying to get
That's
it.
different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Continue what you're saying.
So, the question is, why don't people help other people when they see things like this happening?
Because if something happens, they could get sued.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or worse.
Or why there was even another thing like there was another I saw like another video the other day, and there was like this dude in a general store, and a kid just started crying because he was lost or whatever, and there was a guy right there, and instead of helping the kid, he turned around and walked off.
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked him later, why didn't you help the kid? And he goes, why would I? If I did, everybody would have assumed I was trying to
Kidnap
him or do something.
Yeah.
So there's two mindsets there. Why get involved if you then open yourself up to liability of some sort of...
Well, look at the fish and chip shop recently.
What fish and chip shop?
Which one?
The guy who smashed the window to get into the safe at the fish and chip shop, and the neighbor next door heard it, walked out with a cricket bat and cracked the guy across the head, and now he's being he's going to go to jail.
Wait. Say it again.
So there was a fish and chip shop down, I think it was down in Geelong, and it was like 4 a.m. A guy, a scumbag, went in to break in and steal some money from the safe. And as he was breaking in, the neighbor of the fish and chip shop heard it, and he grabbed a cricket bat, ran out to try and fend him off, and the guy supposedly had a knife, and so the guy with the cricket bat cracked him in the head, and he went down. All right? He ended up dying in hospital from the injury. That guy with the cricket bat, he's fucked now. He's going to jail for years. Well, he's currently, I think his next court date's in September, but it's not looking good. He's gonna lose.
What's the actual charge? It can't be murder because he wasn't trying to kill him.
No. It's manslaughter, I think. Yeah, yeah, I think it is. So he's pretty much done. Like, they pretty much said he's not going to get out of this. Like, that guy stopping a burglary for a struggling, like, this fish and chip owner was like, this guy's amazing. Like, I'm struggling. We've been struggling from COVID. We can't survive. Like, that money is everything to us, even though it's a tiny bit of money. Like, in the damages of the shop now, he's like, we can't survive as it is. We're on the verge of closing. This guy's literally ruining our lives. I've got a family to feed. I've got kids. So, he did the right thing.
Victoria Police is like, nah, that guy's entitled to money.
No. Victoria Police don't say that. The courts do.
The courts.
It's such a huge issue where the cops arrest them, or they already know that, even if they arrest them, nothing's going to happen. But unfortunately, they let this guy go. So Victoria Police let the guy go. They're like, yeah, great job, whatever. And they let him go home. A couple of days later, he gets a knock at the door. You're under arrest. And he gets done. It doesn't make any sense, but that guy was literally just trying to stop a robbery, stop a struggling business from completely going under and losing what cash they have left. It's just stupid. Like, what are you supposed to do?
I don't know, like, what the rule is here in Australia or in Victoria, like, as far as defending yourself on your own property. I don't know what it is. Because I know there's people that have tried to stop.
You can't.
You can't.
There's no king of the castle here.
Or whatever it is. Even, like, I don't know if they call it the same stuff here. Like, there's... equal force, which they're like, you have to respond in the equal force. So if you pin them down and they're defeated, you can't keep laying into it.
Yeah, within reason. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
So the guy's got a knife and you fight him off with a bat and you knock the knife out of his hand and then you break his kneecap. That's excessive force.
Well, see, this was one clean hit.
Yeah.
He just one clean hit to the head. The guy went straight down, but he had a knife. So...
But that's what I mean. Like, you can't defend yourself. Like...
They said he went out looking for the fight, and that's why he's being prosecuted now. He could have stayed home and called the police.
Mind his own business and call the police.
Okay, but what about... Okay, see, that's sort of a grey area, right? Because he went out looking to involve himself.
It wasn't his property. It was another... I can kind of get that.
But what if you're in America, in Manhattan, standing behind that crowd of women...
So, yeah.
Standing behind that crowd of women, and they're trashing the fuck out of this thing, what would you do if you were standing there?
Nothing.
Probably nothing.
Nothing.
Why would I get involved and involve myself in a lawsuit?
At the risk of a lawsuit or being shot or like one of their friends who's in this
America
crowd.
too, don't forget.
Yeah.
I mean, in New York, they don't have guns. So, I don't know.
They all have guns.
No, I mean, illegal guns, yes. But in New York, you can't carry guns. Like it's almost, I think it is illegal to have guns in New York.
As in open carry or concealed?
Whatever it is, yeah. Because I know, same thing. They were talking. I was watching a video and they were talking about like how it's different in every state. And in New York, it's very, very, very difficult to have a gun.
Apparently, there's a lot of violence though.
Yeah, of course there is.
Massive violence and a rat problem.
And a rat problem.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
The rat problem.
It's weird that he brought it up. I was talking to a guy from New York and he
rats
mentioned
and
it.
turtles under the sewers.
Eating pizza.
You're a dickhead, man.
No, I'm serious. A New Yorker said that to me.
Forget New York, all right? Forget America where everyone's got a gun and everyone's got a lawyer.
Not everybody has a gun.
No, but everyone... The assumption is that everyone's got a gun.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Or everyone is going to...
Is it 4-1 now?
Yeah, something
Four
like that.
guns to one person in
Something
American
like that,
population?
probably. Four or five, I think. To be fair, I own 5 rifles. So, you know what I mean? No, forget New York, forget America. Talk about Australia. You're at the footy, all right? And you see some dude getting smashed by some other guy.
You don't know the context. You don't know why he's being smashed.
I'd say thank you for my beers and I'd go back to my seat.
Yeah. There's only one time I've ever intervened with something that I saw. We're at a karaoke bar, Vietnamese karaoke bar.
Of course you were.
Back when I was 18.
What the hell's a Vietnamese karaoke bar?
That's what it is.
No, they go off, man.
Yeah.
They go off hard.
Yeah,
They love it.
They do.
Anyway,
they do.
I've just never heard that in a sentence.
yeah,
I'm
it's very
serious.
popular. They love them. And we were in a group of like 12 guys.
Can you picture the triads doing karaoke? Like, the guy's sitting there, he's got like a white singlet on, dragon tattoos across his chest, dart, you know what I mean, scar. And he's like, we want to talk to you about the deal, but not right now. And it's like Neil Diamond. Caroline starts blaring.
You have to sing us that.
Da, da. I can't. Smoke everywhere. Becomes illuminated. You know what I mean? The karaoke lights. Sorry, continue.
Anyway, so we walked out. It was like 3:00 in the morning. There's like 12 of us guys. And we walked out and there's an alleyway right next to the karaoke bar, right? And usually people just go out there and have a smoke in there. So a couple of us, well, a couple of them were going out for a smoke. And we're all leaving anyway, so we went to that alleyway just to have the smoke there off the main street because we're normal human beings who care about
smoking.
I wasn't smoking. I said.
Sure you weren't.
There was only like 2 out of the 12.
Yourself as some
there was 2
Good
out of the 12.
Samaritan,
I'd rather
seriously.
shove something up my ass. And so
Pinging him for smoking a dart when he was 18.
I'm disappointed in you, Andy.
I've only ever smoked
I thought
once.
you would
and I
have
hated
known
it.
better.
No, I hate it. I don't like it. And so there was,
like it.
and in that alleyway, it was super dark, right? We just heard this smack, like contact, and we were like,
Have you ever danced in the moonlight? What the hell? Run!
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Could you imagine if you walked into that situation? Ooh, boys,
This is not where I parked my car. All right, continue.
all right.
Sorry.
Anyway, so we heard the contact, right? So we had looked down the alley and we saw a guy and a girl, and he just beat the shit out of her. And so she was like crying and sort of started screaming a bit. Anyway, and then the whole bunch of us sort of looked at each other. We automatically sort of all agreed that this was a situation where we intervened. We had the manpower to do it.
Yeah.
There was only one guy. The chick was, she was in trouble, clearly. So we all like sort of ran up to him. He freaked out. We were like, fuck, we all just really aggressively yelling and screaming. And that was the only time I've ever intervened. And that was purely because we had the numbers and the confidence versus one guy to do that. If it was the other way around,
I'm picturing the nerds at that game of football that take over the football field in The Simpsons. Do you remember? I can't remember the context of the whole episode, but these nerds just turn up and like, let's get them. Oh no, nerds! And
oh
they chase them
yeah.
out. Sorry, man.
no. Well, the thing is, the group that I was with, they were like big boys.
Okay.
Like one fights in the UFC now. bunch
Seriously?
of Turkish guys. Yeah. They were big guys.
Bunch of Turkish guys. No context needed, Paz.
Just aggressive people, man. Like, these people will run you off the road. It's just aggressive people.
Turks.
So like, after seeing the group, I was definitely the smallest, and I'm a fairly big guy. Even at that age, I was pretty big.
Don't be modest, man. You were huge.
I
You
was
were competing.
massive. I was,
Why be so modest?
it's not about the 8-inch bicep. It's about so that was the only time. But again, confidence played a big part. If it was the other way around and I was in that situation at the restaurant with that crowd behind, like, you just don't know who's friends with
not
those
knowing
girls.
what's going on. And also, like you said, depending on the situation, like, you had the numbers. There was one guy, assaulting someone. You'd have the confidence in the numbers to just scare the person off
without even having to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. But like, in that essence, not knowing if that group was involved with the three of them or if they were or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
And like you said, you don't know what
The context
it's just not
was
worth it.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
And a great example was, I saw recently in America there was another mass shooting.
And it's sad
from
to say
years
that.
ago. What? Oh, that you wouldn't.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's sad to say.
I'm not going to fucking die over someone else. But there was a mass shooting, right? So
I'm not going out anywhere with you.
A couple.
Ever. You know what I mean?
A couple went into.
They're like, hey Andy, what? And he's like, hey Andy, what do you think about?
You just hit me in the distance. Not worth it.
It's like that. It's like
Save yourself! I believe in you!
No, there was a Walmart in America. A couple went in, right? And the guy went in first, and the female accomplice went in after him with a trolley. Looked like they had a big distance between them, and they both had guns, right? With the intent to kill as many as they could, right? But the guy took the lead and shot a couple of shots in the air to freak people out, and then started shooting at people, right? But no one knew that the female was his accomplice further back. Now, a guy who was a license to carry, a secret carry, whatever. Concealed, thank you. He heard the commotion and he goes, all right, I got to intervene, otherwise people are going to die. So he was traversing through the aisles trying to secretly find where the guy is and get a shot. Now, the accomplice, who he paid no attention to, he literally ran past her, pulled his gun out, and she saw it, pulled her gun out as he turned to the aisle and shot him in the head from behind the back. If he was aware that there was two people, clearly he would have more, he only thought it was one guy, because that's what people saw. But that's what I'm trying to say is, you don't know if that
you
group...
you don't know who's involved, you don't know what's...
Fuck that, man. It's not worth it. No way.
And that's like... Not giving props to killers, but that's smart on their sense. Like, having the accomplice come in after, maybe thinking about someone that might pop up, so then they can take that person.
That's rare.
Yeah, I know, but
when
that's
you see
that's
the
foresight,
shootings
man.
in a 7-Eleven,
that's foresight.
It's always two idiots that go in and just start blasting or acting really panicky. It's interesting we're talking about gun control all of a sudden, because we've had Shinzo Abe freaking die.
Homemade gun too.
Did you see it?
Many. There was many. They found more at his house.
They found bombs and everything.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, when I was reading the article, they were saying, like, in all of Japan in the last year, there's been 8 gun deaths.
Oh yeah, nothing.
And like 5 of them are from Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 3 of them died. Only 3 were fatal.
No, I think
they've
there's 8.
all but eliminated
8 total, but only 3 actually were fatal.
They've almost eliminated gun violence in Japan. It's insane. At the same time, there was that shooting. Was it Sweden? A week ago? Mm-hmm. There was a shooting in Sweden. Some nut job topped off a few people. At the same time, America's had a shooting every day for like the last month.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I wasted too much time talking about gun control on the internet with Americans. They do not get it.
No.
The amount of bullshit politicians that come out saying, well, you see, clearly gun control doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what are you talking about, man? Like 20 Americans die from these mass shootings every 2 hours. Japan's registered 8 deaths in 12 months.
Yeah. 3.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just not, it's not on the same fucking scale.
Yeah,
like,
it's
in
not.
no way.
Yeah, we've already gone over this stuff.
Although,
they won't change it.
Without having to go over the American side of things, the gun violence here is starting to get a bit out of control.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. Between the two main gangs, the two main gangs that have been really violent at the moment is some Middle Eastern gang that's moved from Perth to here, and the bikies, man, like the northern suburbs are being lit up.
Yeah.
Like assault rifle lit up, not just handgun.
Yeah, assault rifle.
Yeah.
But I heard like teenagers had
They
assault
had
rifle.
SKS.
Yeah.
but they're not going. Yeah, but they're not going after civilians.
They're shooting in suburban streets, and
Yeah.
a bullet in Sydney yesterday hit a girl in the hip in her house. A straight bullet hit her in the hip. She's going to have lifelong deformation or whatever. 8-year-old girl.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is these are illegal guns, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like people are legally acquiring guns and just shooting people. On the street.
But I'm just saying that. Well, that's why I steered away from the American
That's
topic.
what I'm saying.
But
It's a different issue.
Yeah.
In America, all the guns, all these massacres that are happening.
Well, they're AR.
Yeah, the AR, the guns
Legally
that you
bought
can literally
ARs.
buy at Kmart.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the difference. They don't give a shit about the gun deaths in the hood that are illegally obtained firearms. That doesn't make the news. No one gives a
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? Like 6 African Americans died in a gang shootout between Crips and Bloods.
Yeah.
That's old news. But when a kid, a psycho, wipes out 6 to 8 students with a legally obtained gun, that is the difference. You're talking about gun violence in Melbourne. I obviously haven't heard about anything, right? I've been in a
Been on
bubble
holiday, yeah.
Yeah, been in a bubble for 10 days. But they're not civilians legally acquiring guns and then shooting people in schools.
Yeah.
They are illegally obtained firearms by gang members engaging in gang warfare. That's the difference. That's the complete difference.
Or, well, people are 3D printing guns
But
now.
but isn't the majority of gun deaths from the gang violence in America?
Oh, no. They that's the problem. They skew the statistics. Like, you know when Michael Moore did Bowling for Columbine?
Yeah.
And he had that ridiculous,
No,
blown out number?
I've never seen it, but I just know of.
I've watched Bowling for Columbine once or twice. He makes a lot of good points, but he leans in on way too much. One of the biggest skewed things was the actual numbers. So, like, he's got the statistics. Australia's got this many gun deaths. England's got this many gun deaths, blah, blah, blah. And America's like this stupid number, which it is a stupid number in contrast. But the number he applied was also gun deaths related to military, was also gun deaths related to police. He included everything, every gun death and form of violence. Even if you shot yourself by accident in your house, he had it as a statistic. You know what I mean?
have no opinion on this matter. I saw a video on YouTube. His name's Colin Noe. He's this black gun owner who's just all about, like, he's a lawyer as well, and he's talking about how same thing, a lot of the numbers get skewed.
Yeah.
Now, he was saying, I think it was 2019 or 2020 numbers, and he was showing how, like, out of the deaths, one thing they always leave out, now I don't know if this is true, he was saying 65% of gun deaths in America are actually suicide.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
And then they've reallocated gang violence deaths to mass shootings now.
What do you mean?
So before there used to be a separate category for gun deaths via gang violence, and it would be like 30%
Whatever, yeah.
gang violence from, shootings. And then like the mass shootings, which is like what we see with the schools, was like 2%. But now what they've done is they've recategorized gang on gang violence into mass shootings.
Oh, to what? Inflate the number.
Yeah, right.
So it changes the number from 2% to like 37% now. And I was like, oh, okay. I just found that interesting.
You need to go with the assumption that we only get a smidgen of the news.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
If you go with that assumption, even with the numbers that we see, it's still unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. And for Americans to hide behind the Second Amendment is ridiculous. Like dude, the founding fathers of America never conceived that Americans would have access to semi-automatic rifles that were military grade that fire off hundreds of rounds every minute.
I mean, they had $1,500.
Yeah. They had fucking muskets.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not, like I said, I have no opinion on the matter.
You're just going to repeat the opinion that you support.
No, I don't actually. The only thing is, like...
Would you like a change of topic? I have
No,
something.
I'm fine. What I was going to say is, for them, they're coming, we've
Take
talked
the vowel, John. Take the vowel.
Take the knee.
Because I just saw something that pissed me off, and I'm happy to...
Yeah, save it.
We'll get that in a minute.
I'll
Save
save
it.
it. All right.
No, along the lines of, we've gone over this before, for them, it's like ingrained in their culture that they have to have
100%.
it.
They're rednecks.
They're coming from that mentality of they don't want, now use it as an excuse. They don't want a tyrannical government. That's what they use as an excuse. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that's what
Did
they
you
use as...
see? But this is what kills me, right? Fine.
Yeah.
Keep your Second Amendment to stop a tyrannical government.
Oh, that's what I'm just saying. I'm not saying I agree with
They
it.
had a tyrannical government for 4 years, and no one did shit. Then Biden got elected, and they tried to overthrow the fucking government. Stupid.
In what way was it tyrannical? I'm just asking. How was it tyrannical?
Why was Trump tyrannical?
So I just saw something on Twitter.
Hang on. This is what kills me.
I just love arcing
Hang
him
on.
up. I really don't care.
This is what killed me.
Yeah.
When that school shooting happened, yeah?
Which one?
Yeah, which one did?
Probably just after our last episode.
The Texas
primary school one.
Yeah,
the primary school
The
one,
cops
yeah?
didn't go in.
Yeah, the cops were standing around outside
They were
for
waiting
2
for their
hours.
key and the door was open in time. That's bad.
Right? They were standing around, and the whole thing the Republican Party sat on was the only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Yeah, well, you had the whole fucking police force sitting out there doing jack all. Kids were getting shot at inside.
Actually, they were
right?
in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
They were in the hall.
They could have just kicked the door down. Break the glass. Wasn't it a glass door?
Yeah.
You're cops.
They take the school takes the cops to court. You break our glass. That's why they didn't get involved.
Damages. It's got nothing to do with us. Like, what do you mean? Right? The thing that killed me was they found the Republicans leaned in on every other stupid theory that they could pull out to avoid addressing the guns as being an issue. There are too many doors to the fucking school. Did you see that one?
No.
Ron DeSantis came out saying it. There's too many doors.
Colonel Sanders.
Ron DeSantis.
Oh.
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
How did you get Colonel Sanders from Ron DeSantis?
I don't know. I heard Colonel Sanders. I just thought, are you serious?
No, Republican.
Right.
From Texas, yeah?
Okay.
Colonel Sanders, you fucking moron.
Well, I see.
Right? He was losing his shit. He was saying there's too many fucking doors. What they need is one door for the whole school.
Oh, so everyone can get shot through the door.
One way in, one way.
One way in, because the shooter...
Why make me laugh? Oh, that was deep.
Because the shooter used a back entrance to the school that was unlocked and unmanned.
Right.
It's like, there's too many doors.
That person's in power.
Did you hear how they want to destroy the school now?
Oh, from not leaving it as like a landmark or whatever.
Yeah, and people are like, what are you talking about, man? Like, that's all evidence. It's still like, you can't just...
Oh, I think they haven't returned, right? They didn't go back.
They haven't returned, but
Yeah.
they're saying like they're trying to use it now to cover it up, like, just by destroying it and like take it away from like...
Yeah, but that's
not
the thing.
showing the cops how bad they stuffed
Dude,
up on
2
that.
days later, there was another shooting. And every Democrat came out saying, so is there too many doors as being an issue here? Like, I can't remember what the situation was, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
These are the stupid ideologies that
of
these
course.
people carry.
Yeah.
There are
No
too
doubt
many
about
doors.
it.
We need armored guards and ex-military. Yeah, a guy that went to the Gulf or a guy that went to Iraq, generally, has got PTSD, has served 8 years, has come back, now is going to get a job moonlighting at the local school at the one doorway for 1,000 students to stop.
Was it a student that killed those kids, or was it just like a random
A
person
17-year-old student
from the same school?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
No, I know.
politicians lean into these stupid theories.
you're missing the key word there, Tim. It's politicians.
I thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, they go hand in hand.
Yeah, well, they do. But that's the whole thing here. Politicians.
It just kills me.
It's all politics. That's what it comes down to.
politics.
It's all politics.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
The line of thinking makes no fucking sense, and you can't say anything.
Because it's not. They're not trying to. Both aren't trying to like do what's best. They're just trying to outdo each other and go the complete opposite of what each other's saying. They're not looking out for the best interests of the citizens. They're just trying to one-upmanship. Like, you say that? No. It's the opposite. What are you saying? No, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's no actual politicking. I don't know if that's a word.
Politicking. Okay, what is
I
it
don't
that
think
pissed
it
you
is.
off?
What
Sorry.
did you see in Twitter?
So you know me, like I'm
Are you
pretty.
on Twitter?
I have to be for work,
Do I follow you on Twitter?
not my work account.
Maybe I need
I don't
to.
have a personal account. I only have a work account.
Don't associate yourself with that, Tim. You begin a knock at the door. 2 in the
I
morning.
don't use it very often. I just set it up for work.
It'll
purposes.
come back and bite you on your ass in 20 years. He just laughs. He knows it's true.
Anyway, so I get these random shit. I don't even know how to use Twitter, man. I don't use it. And
Twitter. I actually used a bit when I was away, just because it was a good source of news.
Yeah, but that's what I'm using it for. Yeah.
You know, when you actually go into trending and you actually see live sort of updates,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But I get random ones like on my phone come up. I don't know why. I don't follow them. I don't look at that stuff. It's completely
I
random.
think both of them now are trying to like, because you might follow this person.
But I don't. Like, they're completely irrelevant when I see them.
Maybe it's targeted advertising.
Which is like, you'll see what I'm saying in a sec when I tell you what I just saw, because I went to go check the time and the thing came up on my notifications. Like, it was a post saying it was a chick in like a shortcut low top. Obviously, there
Was it shortcut or low, man?
both.
So was it just a masking tape across the nipples?
That's what it looked like. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was a strip. It was a strip across their chest, and the top, you know, a lot of skin. Anyway, not to say who she is or whatever, but she looks like one of those. And so she wrote with the picture there, looking right because you're left, and she's doing like the, you know, like she's looking right like that. The amount of brain damage that social media gives me these days, I just can't, like, I can't fathom why people never got educated to the point where they, like, I think like that when I'm 12. I can admit that. Everyone's retarded when they're 12. Everyone's stupid when they're 12.
What are you actually singling out?
How dumb people are on the internet.
Oh, that's
Like,
just standard.
Don't get me wrong. You can be left, you can be right, whatever. I don't give a shit, right? I sit in logical middle, somewhere in there. Everyone's wrong. That's the reality of the situation. You're all fucking wrong, okay? Admit it. Anyway.
Wrong.
So when I see shit like that post had something like 56,000 likes or something. It just popped up.
How many of those do you think are bots?
Oh, probably all of them. But the other half are probably people that are jerking off to OnlyFans.
Do you hear Musk is calling
The deal fell
Yeah.
through. Yeah. And he's being sued now.
Yeah.
What are they suing him? Like, Twitter's full of bots.
Yeah.
I see it every day. I don't know.
What was his deal? Well, he just said that there's too many bots to...
He reckons they were lying on the numbers of bots.
Yeah.
And he's evidence, like, he's saying that it's not as low as they're saying, it's much more.
Oh, so Twitter Co. was saying, oh, no, bots are...
These are our expected digits of bots. And he was like, that's bullshit. There's much more than that. Give me the real number or I'm pulling out. And And
now he's getting sued.
Now they're suing him over it.
It's almost like all the social media is like a pyramid scheme.
They also, I think they
Don't you reckon? Like, it's these dudes in Silicon Valley, whatever, they're selling the product to get people on board with it. Everyone just laps it up. They fall into it.
And get everyone else on board.
They get everyone else on board, and then you got these bots that are
because
just
the rest of the pyramid is your followers.
Yeah. Don't you reckon? Or to an extent, I reckon it is. Look, I told you, like, I had to get Facey because of work. So I have to, like, for rostering and all this crap.
Yeah,
That's how they do stuff. So I had to do it. I get into it, and just from the crap I see now, like, I regretted every minute of my life that I've had to get into it. Mind you, I'm on a set roster every day, so I don't need to know roster updates. And it's just...
You know what kills me? All right?
All right, go.
This is what kills me with social media. Every time I see some insignificant putz or postule putting out some landmark video as if they're the greatest influencer or, like, you know, person deemed worthy of esteem, making their whatever their call is. I'm aware we're stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know how stupid we are?
No.
Okay.
I'm aware we're stupid. This is us passing our time, right, and creating some form of content for ourselves.
We've
more
passed
than
the
anything
peak
else.
of stupidity.
Yeah. But we're constantly challenging our own stupidity through this medium, right?
Yeah.
I go back and listen to it.
Devolution.
Dude, I was... what airport was I in? I started... I told
Changi.
you I downloaded the... I think it was maybe in Changi. I downloaded the GIF.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It may have been.
He just pulled that out of his ass.
Pull the name out of my ass.
Well, it's Singapore.
I didn't even think about it. I literally just pulled a random...
That's the first leg of every trip, really. Yeah, and that's where you first get Wi-Fi, you know, and you come back to Earth.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I can't remember, I think it was Changi when I and the GIF started playing just because I connected to the net and opened Spotify by accident or something. And I started laughing. It was some stupid quote. Or maybe I think I may have gone through my
Instagram?
Our Instagram page. And you know, I've snippeted some of our stuff and just heard some random crap that we'd said. And I was giggling my head off just because of how dumb we are and what amuses us, right?
Yeah.
If we're easily amused, that's why we laugh at this stupid podcast, right? The fact that there are other people that are as easily amused as us is entertaining.
And
it's
buy us
funny.
coffees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to give so many shout outs. So many people have bought us coffees in the last 6 months. It's incredible.
Much appreciated.
Much appreciated, yeah?
We haven't, me and Andy haven't received any of these coffees, but I mean, it's good to know that, we're getting them. Why are you? I'm the one that's always getting coffees. Where's his money, man?
I haven't seen a single coffee from your hands.
Every time I offer, you say no.
I don't want, I need decaf.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. Not a.
There are about 3 cafes between your house and
there
here. If you're good to drive all the way to Macca's, there's places on.
Not at the times that we do our business.
Macca's does decaf, don't they?
Yes, it does.
It does.
It does.
It's on the cup. It literally
Is
says
it?
it on the
I
cup.
don't know.
There you go.
says
There you
decaf.
go. You
I don't drink.
scumbag.
I don't drink that swill, so I wouldn't know.
Swill. There's a question. What's
Mind you-
better, 7-Eleven or Macca's coffee?
7-Eleven, hands down.
No,
I think Macca's.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Macca's, I
got
haven't
it.
had Macca's coffee for a long,
The fact
long
that
time.
Macca's is decaf, done. That's enough for me.
You're not drinking coffee. You're just drinking flavoured milk.
I mean, you're paying $1 for a coffee. So something's wrong there.
Copy that shit.
That's why I can.
Not be drunk
No.
by humans.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I drink, if I have to, but it's very, something's wrong.
If I'm getting, well, look, I like to taste, and yeah.
Yeah, but you have low standards.
No, I don't.
He's got a cup of milk. This is delicious coffee.
Given the water with the mud, yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
actually on the oat milk kick now.
Oh,
I actually don't mind it. It's quite nutty.
So once upon a time, I get shit for not using dairy, and now he's using. Oh, it's not actually that bad.
I'm not on that camp. He's a pussy for
I
drinking.
just said I've started. I don't mind it.
It's nice.
Nah.
It's milky. It's
My
creamy.
own
milky.
word- Hey.
It's nutty.
No.
It's nutty.
Yeah.
Was there some Netflix doco that came out about going vegan, how it significantly improves your lifestyle
I don't
and
watch
shit?
trash
know,
like
don't
that.
watch
It was a
Netflix,
couple years
yeah.
ago, yeah. When I first started at my old job, my job before the one I've got now, in the week that I started there, they bought a coffee machine, right? And then obviously I'm the one that learned how to use it and service it and clean
Yeah.
it. Right?
You told us that. I remember that. Yeah.
In 2-3 months after I started there, early 2020, when I think it was pretty much just before COVID started, man, because the office was still full. I was doing milk runs to buy milk for the machine, and then one day I couldn't be bothered or whatever, and someone's like, "Oh, there's no milk." I said, "Well, someone else can fucking get it. Why do I have to do it?" And then I'm like, "Oh, tell him to do it." "Oh, I only drink soy now, or I only drink almond milk." Then the other guy's like, "Yeah, I only drink soy as well." "Oh, did you watch that doco?" "Yeah, I did too."
Tastes
"Did you
like
watch it?"
balls, man.
Dude, everyone in my office, bar one and myself, were all on soy almond alternatives. And they cut out meat, they cut out everything.
that's-
because there's some doco that says it improves your lifestyle, you
Yeah,
sleep
right.
better, blah, 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 blah.
That's good.
Dude, they all were talking that trash for about 2-3 weeks to a month.
And they died?
They fell off the horse.
After that, someone come in and said, "Hey, is there any milk?" I'm like, "Nah." I stopped buying it. I just go and buy my own coffee now, and that's it. "What do you mean?" I go, "Well, no one in this office drinks it." I was looked at as an outcast, like I was the scumbag. It's like, "Oh, no, I'm happy with full cream." I'm like, "Ah!"
they do the grasp of hand with the bulging muscle.
Son of a bitch.
So that's it. That's a line. Yeah,
I'm in.
No, legit. Yeah.
That's how easy it to eat. That's what I also meant. How along those lines of what we were just talking with social media. How easy is it to change somebody's mind just from a documentary, an obscure documentary on Netflix, written and filmed by who knows who,
Full of shit.
full of
Bullshit
crap. Yeah,
statistics,
where
don't exist.
Yeah, and then just like that.
Do you know what I remember?
Do you know what's more annoying? Just before you go, the fact that can change someone's opinion. But if we went up to that person and said, "Hey, you can be healthier by drinking soy milk," which is a lie.
Don't you get man titties?
Soy
From
milk,
soy milk?
dude, it's full of inflammation.
I've got no
your
idea.
inflammation markers go nuts. Soy is the worst shit on the planet.
Yeah.
But
I think it just tastes like crap. That's
But
why
what
I
I'm
can't
saying-
drink it.
Oh, I tried it once. I'm like, nah.
Nah.
what
And
I'm saying is,
I tried going
you
using the lactose.
couldn't convince that person face to
No,
face.
no.
But they watch a doco,
Yeah.
a completely fabricated doco, and suddenly their life changes.
Yeah. I tried the lactose-free milk.
Oh, no.
I tried about 3 times. I was like, nah, I can't do it. Can't do
Nah,
it.
I bought-
dude,
The issue is that you might actually have issues with dairy, though.
No, I don't.
He's just weak.
No, I don't. It's just
My skin flares are from dairy.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dairy and unfortunately gluten, but I love gluten.
My issue is what we've always known all this time.
What?
What's my favourite word?
Jerk off.
Starts with F.
Fuck off.
Fructose.
No. What's my favourite cereal?
Oh, fiber.
Fibre. That's my issue, fibre.
That's your skin issue?
No, I don't have an issue with my skin.
I thought you said you had red rashes.
No, he had an issue with his skin years ago. He used to flare up with booze.
It would come from alcohol.
Oh.
It's a type seborrheic dermatitis. And it's a skin condition. It's basically cradle scalp for adults. And you get it in your T-zone.
Oh, see, I get it in my T-zone but from dairy.
No, I'm fine with dairy. I have no issue. My only issue is if I eat like ice cream after like 9 o'clock, then I'm on the crapper all night. But other than that, I can have like dairy, whatever, at any time of the day.
I had lactose-free milk by accident. Actually, it wasn't by accident. It was during COVID, during the peak of like, I'd moved to South Bank already. So we're a year in. And,
I'm sorry. After 9 o'clock, what's the difference
I don't know.
having it at 8 o'clock?
Don't they say your body can't process
his sphincter
stuff?
muscle relaxes. He's like, oh, well, the sun's gone down.
Don't they say
I've
like
got my pajamas on, my nightcap.
He's literally Cinderella for diarrhea. Like,
don't they say like after 8 o'clock your body can't?
Best get home before you turn into a pumpkin.
I'm going to shit myself.
I mean, in general, I don't usually eat anything after 8 o'clock anyway.
John, do you want an affogato?
Can you imagine?
Are you kidding me?
At this hour?
What are you nuts?
What are you nuts? I'm not even going to make it to the
we
car.
are cutting it clear.
Can you picture him going on a date that goes long for some reason, goes after 11 o'clock?
Did you want to share? I'm on a date and he's like, oh, sir, would you like some dessert? What's on the menu?
Do you want to share the panna cotta? No, check.
I was really set on that.
All these dates with this one bird over a span of 3 months just get cut off at 9:15, sharp. She starts singing, maybe he's got a
Maybe
wife.
he's just not that into me.
Maybe he's got a wife. Maybe he's a superhero. God knows what. He's at home on the crash.
Runs off, loses his shoe.
For some reason, he was running out of the restaurant with his pants down around his ankles.
Just sharp, man. He sees the moon. It's like, oh. It's like, gotta go, babe.
I'll call you. Oh man,
I can't.
don't they say after like 8 o'clock, like you can't digest properly or something like that for your metabolism or something?
I know that after 8 o'clock, it's bad for you to eat.
Because generally, I don't eat anything after like 7, 8 o'clock anyway.
Yeah.
I don't even snack after that.
Look, every guy that I know that's like heavy into training and shit, their last meal is like 4:30.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's what I did when I was on keto.
And after 4:30, it's like water and like
Really?
lettuce. Like there's literally nothing.
I might have like a yogurt, but see, the yogurt does nothing to me. It's specifically ice cream.
Look, you shouldn't be going to bed with a full stomach with
Wait,
shit.
wait, are you having sheep yogurt or what are you having?
I have like Activia.
The hell's that?
What's that? Is that cow?
Yeah. But it's like a probiotic yogurt. I mean, yogurt itself, probiotic. But it's like the one that's specifically for digestion.
Oh, it's a kefir?
No.
Oh, it's not kefir.
Dude, that lactose-free milk, like I said,
You can just lactate in it anyway, can't you?
you're an idiot.
With those man titties.
You're an absolute idiot. Combined with the sound and the visual I just had, I'm done. I'm done.
I don't even get to talk about what I saw on Facebook.
Done. For those at home listening to this crap, these idiots just worked in tandem to repulse me beyond compare. And I'm going to check the footy scores that I should be watching this game right now, but because of you idiots, I'm not.
I can't imagine from his point of view what that looked like. Me just
6
slapping
goals to
And your lips were moving.
That's filthy. Absolutely filthy. The story. I went to IGA to buy milk.
Yeah.
Got there, the whole shelves, every shelf had been just, what's it called?
Emptied out.
Emptied out. yeah?
devastated.
Yeah. The only milk they had was lactose-free milk.
The
and
whole shelf of it?
Some soy milk. Like, that's
Still,
it.
it's fully stocked.
Everything
That's
was
like that.
gone.
That's like the line pen there
It's
in
on
Italy.
sale. It's on sale. They're that desperate.
99 cents.
Yeah.
It's,
Only
it's the
thing.
last day
And I just went,
before you
all
buy.
right, fuck it. So I bought it. I took it home. Next morning, I poured a bowl of
And
cereal.
you know how he doesn't like to waste stuff.
Dude, I literally had one taste. I just went, nah, man. Down the sink in the bin. Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It tasted like absolute
When they say
shit.
lactose free, are they just removing lactose from the milk, or is that like some kind of chemically
like a
made
fake milk. No, I think they're removing the
They're just
lactose
filling-
from the milk.
They're
Okay.
filling milk cartons with water.
Because you can get full,
That's it.
because you can still get full cream lactose-free milk.
Okay.
I don't know how
And you can get
homogenization
light.
works, man.
I don't know either.
And
but,
pasteurization.
Yeah. Because my dad gets he gets that Zimmel, the lactose-free, but it's full cream.
Okay. I don't know. I have to go through
So
my
you get the
notes.
creaminess, but you don't get the after effects that people
Why
have
don't we
with
just
lactose.
Google this? Like,
That
we're
makes
sitting
them-
here.
that gives them
What
the old
makes
bends.
lactose-
Yes.
What makes milk lactose?
So on Facebook, while he's looking that up. So basically,
Lactose-free
you know how-
milk is produced by adding lactase to regular milk, which breaks down the lactose into two sugars, glucose and galactose. The total amount of sugar in the milk remains the same, and no additional sugar is added, but the milk does typically taste a little sweeter. That's it.
Okay.
The traditional method of eliminating lactose in milk involves adding lactase or beta-galactosidase enzyme to the milk. These enzymes hydrolyze the lactose into its constituent sugars, and those are the two sugars. These sugars are sweeter in taste than lactose and give the milk an unsatisfactory flavour. So that's it. They put in some shit which breaks down the lactose into two sugars.
Okay.
Yeah? Comprende?
see.
See. All right, continue with your
Let's prove
Facebook.
this
Oh,
milk.
so
Yeah.
Facebook.
So I'm on it. And I'm just
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. I don't want it. You can take it back. So I'm scrolling through, and I'm seeing people respond to clearly scams or just spam, and it's like these guys died from a disease, or the milk was contaminated, or whatever. And it's just like 4 coffins with 4 African dudes like on the pictures. It's like give them your condolences.
What, you
And
mean the African dancing with
no,
coffins?
it's like 4 dudes. It's just
Dude,
4.
that song.
It's like 4 coffins lying there with 4 frames on them.
Is this Marketplace?
No, this is just Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Hang
just
on, I thought you weren't using Facebook for that. Just Marketplace.
well, I've got friends now on Facebook.
Oh,
I'm moving up.
your
Moving on
friend
up.
John has joined Facebook. Say hello.
friend.
Alright, so you're watching your friends get scammed. Go on.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And they're like, Rip. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? You're just enabling these dumbasses.
Can you not see there's Africans on that post?
It's so clearly like
It's clearly a scam.
exactly. And I think it was their faces on the frames.
Oh, man.
But then, like the inner politics of these groups, man, like freaking hell. Like I'm in a lot of these painting groups, like the mini
So you
painting
spend
groups.
time on Facebook, I see.
I just
A little bit.
just to get tips and stuff and like ideas. And like there's one I'm on, and it's like it's a specific painting group that all the jobs on there are very, very professionally done. Okay. And you very, very, very rarely see like pleb jobs on there. Okay. Because everyone's posting really, really good stuff. Some person joins in the group. We'll go with a minority group. They're from a minority group.
Akbar Jabbar, yeah.
No. Yeah. And basically they start.
What was that name?
Akbar Jabbar.
Akbar Jabbar.
That's like Ahmed Mahmed. You know what I mean?
Just rolls off the tongue.
Now this person's probably like probably a young teenager.
Yeah.
Starts showing paint jobs of their own. They're not particularly good jobs.
Yeah.
All right. Then they started paint like a lot of minis have backstory, like like the AOS stuff I show you. You got factions, you got lore, you got all this.
There's a story, yeah.
The 40k universe. When you hear it, like you know the
know
lore
of it, yeah.
You know of it. The actual humans in the 40k universe are monsters.
Yeah.
They're not. There's no good factions in that entire universe of storytelling. Okay. And it's funny because I heard them, like, the way they describe, like, the Imperium is like a Catholic space Nazis. That's what they call it.
Right.
That's what they are.
Catholic space Nazis.
Because they're so overly religious, they're in space and they're fascists. That's what humanity is in the 40,000
That's kind of the same, yeah.
Yeah, that's what basically they are.
You know, I watched Spotlight when I was in Manila.
Yeah, you told me. So this person, like, I mean, do what you want, decides to paint up, like, one of the most, like, evil characters or fascist characters
In pink.
in rainbow colours.
Right.
And they start copping flack for it. Like, do you know what you're doing? Like, and just from that, like I was saying, into politics, it just devolved into, like, crap flinging.
Yeah.
And, like, then the moderators get involved and ban hammers come out.
You really need to get on the Twitter.
I don't want to, because that was doing my head
It
in.
will kill him.
It'll
be and we'd have to be the ones with the coffin and the post.
Because this,
And the music.
and the music.
this happened on a Monday, and this person, I think they're doing it on purpose. By Friday, Harry posted like another 3 paint jobs. And in every post, people have got like the laughing emojis going on because they're not commenting, because people who commented got banned, got booted. But there's a laughing emojis, and everyone that had, like, essentially at the end of every thread, you got like one moderator with a GIF in there that's doing like I'm watching you.
Yeah.
I'm like, just like, it just devolves into that. I'm like, I want to get into it for this, and you just have to put up with all this other crap. And I'm like, just whatever. You know?
See, this is the thing. What you're experiencing, I experienced from like year 10 onwards. You got to remember that, yeah? Like, what you're going through, I first started going through 20 plus years ago. The internet is a safe space for morons, and it's a safe space for people with no balls. All of a sudden, with a screen in front of them, they got the balls of Achilles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want. The time spent arguing with these nitwits, so many times I'll be like, I can't be stuffed. Like, what am I doing?
But you still do. That's the thing.
Very rarely. Now it's more on specific issues and points.
I walk away so much now.
I can't be bothered anymore. There's not enough time in the day.
Once upon a time, I would be all for jumping right in and just spending time. Oh,
Once upon a time. Yeah, I used to do it.
Like, I just read that thread because I just want to see where it went. It didn't even interest me.
Yeah.
It piqued my interest because this paint job is so bad.
I think because you're not so familiar with social media, it's ruined my life. I just walk away from everything now. I look at it, I just keep scrolling.
I turned off
So I
notifications.
essentially just hid that person now.
Dude, I turned off notifications on my personal Insta account.
The issue is that you see everything.
Yeah, I know, you can't.
You can't not see everything on social media. It's everything you can think of.
Every wake of life has got a voice.
Yeah.
Right? So you could find a billion people that are the same way inclined as you. Same tastes in food, movies, religion, whatever. I've made friends all over the world based on social media. Right?
Same.
Like, you might comment on something, the same thing, like a comment, hey, yeah, you're 100% right. Then you might start following them or whatever, seeing mutual interest.
Yeah.
But then, for every instance like that, there's 60 billion times more followed that they're complete
Negative.
anarchists compared to what you're into.
Yeah.
And it's just, what am I doing, man? I haven't got time for this shit.
The thing is as well, like, you have to keep in mind, in that specific example, like, that person may really love the law and love the universe, but they're part of that group and they want to just showcase that, like, hey, you know, this is what I like to see and this is what I support. I mean, is it wrong? It's borderline because there's already a story established.
Do you know who falls into this trap?
Have you heard what's... Sorry, go.
I was going to say, do you know who falls into this trap more than anyone? Matt Walsh.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah?
Oh, down the rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More... I get he's creating content for his shit, yeah?
But that's what's keeping him...
Yeah, I get he's creating content, which is fine, right? And the thing is like we've talked about, Matt Walsh is a conservative, right? But I find some of his stuff interesting and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And he's funny. Like, I reckon if you went to a football game with him, you'd be entertained. Like, he'd be a funny guy to have a chat with. Problem is that he's purposely leaning into these... He's just trolling... He's digging through the internet looking for source for material. Ben Shapiro is his boss, who I don't agree with on 85% of his rhetoric, right? Even though I used to respect him back in the day, but the more they leaned into the whole left-right thing, then his debate skills just went out the window when he just does his whole over-the-talking full speed, bullshit.
I haven't watched any of his stuff for a long time.
When you actually see people pick him apart, he just falls apart so quickly.
Does he?
Man. Yeah. He hasn't got that moxie to stick.
The last thing I saw was when he, that guy in the audience who's like, well, I'm a mathematician or whatever, so therefore I know everything about.
Yeah, that was cherry picked by him to put out on the Daily Wire.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the material sometimes goes too far right, and it's just like, this is no longer entertaining. You're only leaning into this to make some point to your viewers.
Forcefully as well. It feels too forced.
So Matt Walsh's shit initially was like really entertaining. I started going through like a lot of his older posts and actively monitoring what he's releasing. Like, new Matt Walsh video. He released one, and there was some girl, doing a PSA TikTok video announcing to the world what her preferred pronouns were and now what her preferred name was and what her preferred gender was and la la la. Matt Walsh did like a 10-minute video on her. She didn't deserve 30 seconds of airtime. It's like, Mr. Walsh, there are fucking thousands of people like this woman.
Millions.
Doing the same thing. Don't need to lean into it anymore. Don't give her the airtime.
Yeah.
And that's typically the avenue that I'm going down now. I don't bother giving airtime to these arguments anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've responded to so many people with an upside-down smiley face emoji just because I can't be bothered.
I'm the same.
Good on you, buddy.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I don't care.
Like, sounds good, upside-down smiley face.
Yeah, exactly. I can't be bothered having the same argument.
Yeah.
And, man, for that point, there's so many people like sorry. So many people I disagree with on whatever the topic is, whether it's gun control, whether it's religion, whether it's whatever. And I've said to them, they've approached me because of like a status or a tweet or something I've put up, said their piece. I've said a little bit back. They've said more on it. And I've said, you're more than welcome to come down and discuss this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Always back out.
Yeah.
No one's willing to come down. Once you put it out there, you're judged and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, hang on, man. I've got the faith and the conviction to discuss these things on air. You can remain anonymous. I don't care.
Yeah.
But no one ever does.
Yeah.
Happy to approach me, target me for my opinion, not happy to air it. And it's not even just, I don't want to debate. It's like, educate me.
A conversation.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Tell me what I'm missing.
Yeah.
Tell me what I'm missing, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but your 60 characters in a message aren't going to convince me.
See, the issue I have with that Matt Walsh thing that you just said about that post on TikTok is, like, that person isn't, I assume anyway, advocating anything. They're just saying specifically, personally to them, on their social media account, their opinion. Whatever.
Yeah.
They're entitled to that. Everyone is. That's why it works. For him to make a 10-minute content video out of it, I mean, I think that's just a low blow. Like, that's just a low...
It's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our content is pretty...
There's quality on there, and then he does
What are
shit
you going
like
to say
that.
about our content?
Our content is pretty low brow with low-hanging fruit, for fuck's sake. So that's the thing. But...
Hey, I'm honest about it, though.
Yeah, but we're well aware of that, and we haven't got the marketing and the money behind us like the Daily Wire would.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing, man. Like, we put out this low-hanging fruit shit, but to be fair, like, I've had, outside of you clowns, I've had a few people in here with a few things to say over the last 12 months. Do you know what I mean? Actively, I'm happy to bring anyone on. Use the platform. I don't care. Educate me if I'm not getting it right. But when you are happy to put some shit out on the internet, mass market it, mass push it out with a couple of hashtags, but don't want to actually articulate your argument or your point of view, either because of fear of being unmasked or,
or attacked by it. Yeah.
It's like, well, hang on, man. Like, you can't just stand on a soapbox. Someone's going to raise their hand and say something different.
Yeah.
You got to allow for that. Like, I don't know. That's just me.